right, I just wanted to go over graphing a little bit more. Um, on the Google form yesterday, your multiple choice questions were really good for the most part. But the graphing questions gave some people a little bit more trouble. So I just want to spend one more day on this and then we'll kind of move on. So here's what I would say. If you're told to graph, start by finding the vertex, okay? And the vertex is what you get when you look inside the absolute value. I don't see anything else. There's essentially, I could write this as a 1/4, and then I could say like x plus 0. So technically inside there is a 0, and we should do the opposite of what we see, but a -0 is still a 0. And then whatever's on the outside, you just keep the same. So that means that our vertex is going to start at 0, -3, and then our slope, remember it's not technically a slope because these are not perfect lines, but we can use that idea. The slope is the number out in front here, which is 1/4. So the top number, since it's positive, is telling us to go up. The bottom number is where we're going to go left and right. So here's what I would do. I would start at my vertex, 0, -3 is right here. And then I'm going to go up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go back to my vertex, and I'm going to go up 1 in the other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here's a couple things. I know my graph should open up because that value out in front, the 1/4, is positive. So since that is a positive value, my graph should open up. And then put your arrows on the ends. Okay, so this is positive. So that means it's going to open up. Okay, let's try another one. All right, so let's start with the vertex. So I'm going to look inside, and I'm going to take the opposite of what I see. So the opposite of -3 is a 3. And I'm going to look on the outside, and I'm going to keep that the same, -7. So I'm going to go to 3, -7, put a dot. Now we're going to look at the slope. And the slope is based off of the number out in front. Well, technically out in front here, I could say is a 1. So my slope is a 1. Now I can put anything over 1, turn it into a fraction. So that means the top number is positive, so I'm moving up, and then the bottom number means I'm moving left and right. So from this vertex, I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And if I go back to that vertex, I could go up 1 and over the other direction, 1. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. This could keep going on and on and on. I mean, I can keep going like above the x-axis. Okay, and then I'm going to make my lines, connecting my dots, nice perfect V shape. Put your arrows on the ends because these go on forever. All right. And again, I know it should open up because that number out in front is positive, so it's opening up. All right. This one. Let's start with the vertex. All right, so again, we're going to look on the inside, and there's no number on the inside. I mean, technically I could say it's a +0. If I was going to write this equation out, I could say there's a 0 in there. The opposite of 0 is still 0. And then keep that outside number the same. So my vertex is 0, 8, which means I'm going to start up here at 8. And now for this problem, the slope is this number out in front, which is -4/5. So that means I'm going to move down 4 and then over 5. So from my vertex, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do that again, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm running out of room there, so I'm going to go back up to my vertex and go down 4, but then the other direction 5. And then do that again, down 4 more, and the other direction 5. And then I'm going to connect my dots, make a nice perfect V. Okay, put my arrows on the ends. And I know that this thing should be opening down because this first term right there was negative. So that means it's opening down. And we take care of that when we're using our slope. The top number was negative, so we're moving down. Okay, let's maybe try one more and then maybe we'll be good enough. Okay, so start with your vertex. So we're going to do the opposite of what we see inside there. So I see a negative 4. The opposite would be a positive 4. I'm going to keep this number on the outside the same. So my vertex is 4, 3. Put your dot there at 4, 3. And then my slope is the number out in front, this negative 1/2. So that means I'm going to move down because I have a negative 1. And then I will be moving over 2. So from the vertex, down 1, over 2, down 1, over 2. Okay, and I'll go off the graph. So I'm going to go back up to my vertex and go down 1 the other direction 2. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. This side I could keep going and going and going. Okay, and then I'm going to connect them with my lines and put our arrows on the ends, and we're good. All right. So always start with the vertex and then use your slope to move, and pay attention to whether this front number is positive or negative. If it's negative, it's opening down. If it's positive, it'll open up. And that's about all there is to it. Okay, so I want you to just practice this a little bit more today, and then tomorrow we'll move on. All right, bye.